Hi everyone, this is ITZA with ITZA Thoughts, and I'm here to share with you guys a few tips and techniques on how I made this postcard. This postcard is totally handmade, even the paper I used for the background. And this is a printed image that a friend of mine sent me via email, and I just copied and printed it out on some these are postcards that I purchased at Office Depot or Staples. I think this is Staples. And this is textured paper, and the postcards they come in a sheet like this. And then you just fold it over and it tears right off, and you get 4 postcards from one sheet of paper. And this was like $10, and I think there's like 120 of these in here, and these are 5.5 by 4 1/4. So that's how I got this image here. And then all my flowers on this project are punched out, so these are all punch flowers, and I just inked them up and added some of my homemade glitter spray. You can see there all the mica powder and the glitter is at the bottom, and just shake it up, and it's mixed up in the paint already. And this is just a perfume bottle that I had. I just rinsed it out, and I'm using it to spray on my homemade glimmer spray. So this is the other side, the art side, and I like to add a little extra something to my project, so I added this little flap here that opens up, and it has a little card inside. You see another image that I printed on my computer here. Some more of my punched out flowers. This is a little tab that I punched out with my Stampin' Up! Punch. And again, this background paper here, it's all printed on my printer. And then I just stamped the word summer pastimes, because that's the theme of this month's postcard swap on minialbumscraps.ning.com. And I did the same for the background paper on this part of the postcard. And all I did was take images of a calendar, and I took the 4 months of summer, and I made a little background page with it. And then I just printed out the image on these labels these shipping labels that I get free from UPS, and they come white like this, 2 per sheet. See, they're from UPS. And all I did was print my images on these sticker labels, and it came out like this. And then I just cut around the border and I attach it to my cardstock. And that's what I did here. For my background on my postcard, I actually shrunk it and down in size. And then I just took my script stamp and I randomly stamped it, and I inked the edges and distressed it. This image is also printed on my computer, and then I coated it with beeswax. And I have a tutorial on how to do beeswax, and the same technique was done for this image. all these little flowers here have all been punched out with the 2 different size punches that I have, and this is what they look like out of regular cardstock. This here is a pebble, and this is what the pebble looks like. These are the ones that you use on like your candle decorations, or maybe a fish tank, and they're flat on this side and they're dome shape on this side, and they're very thick and dimensional, and they add also work as magnifying glass. So the image that I got here is also printed on these sticker labels, and I put one of these on top, and it kind of magnified that relaxed symbol here. And that's what I do during the summer. I just hang out, chill, and relax. And I added these little dangles here, which are non-removable. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. And I started here already on one, and I have to do the other ones. So this is what we're doing, and this is an unscheduled Ustream class. I had some free time right now, so I thought it would be a good time to work on these postcards. And all I did was take an envelope and I cut it so that it fits my postcard. Okay, here's a postcard. Hi Gina, thank you. I'm glad you got here. So this is just a printed image of a stamp that I got. None of this that I use for this postcard is anything that I like really store bought. And these postcards are postcards that I got at Staples. And I just printed the image on my postcard. You can't really tell, can you, that it's a stamp, that it's not a stamp, that it's printed. Then I just took my envelope and I cut it. And you can see here where I cut it. I just cut down the line with my scissors. Just cut down the line, and you come out with something that looks like this. It looks like this when you cut it. And then I just added my printed image of my calendar, which is this. I just traced it, you know, traced it along and just cut it, and then I peeled the sticker back and I stuck it on my envelope. I did it to the inside, to the outside, to the inside flap, and the outside flap. And it looks like this in the back. So these labels are perfect for collaging. I love to make collages and make my own stuff like this. And then I just added Velcro here so that it opens and closes. I punched the hole right here, put in an eyelid, and put these little beads here. And this is an earring wire. They're earring wires. No, I did. I put glue. Well, actually, I didn't have to. It's all put together. It's glued right here. I just used this one. You put glue here and then you seal it shut, and it gives you the pocket. Where the eyelid go, this was already the sealed side. This is already because it's an envelope, this is already closed. It's this part of the envelope. Right here. And then I just I got my inks, my ink pad, and I just kind of distressed it a little bit before I glue it onto the postcard. Fold this back a little bit. I like to get that crease. And then just and these little stamps are from the dollar bin at Michael's. They're very juicy, they work really well, and they're for $1. So I like to use those because I really rough them up and beat them up when I do small projects like this. Just added a couple colors just to kind of vintage it out a little bit. And you do the same thing to your postcard. And to the other side too, just around the edges. And then you can see how flimsy this is. It's really flimsy, no support. But when you glue this down, it gives it sturdiness. Yeah, I like those. Those are awesome, and they're for $1. Can't go wrong with that. They last you a long time. I've had those for a while. They're very juicy snaps. Ink caps. And then you take your envelope and some glue, should have cut this first. and you glue this portion. And this dries fast. It's really good glue. And you just position it so you can see. You position it and it gives you enough time to move it around and adjust it if you need to before it settles in and dries. You're going to put your cap back on. See? There's your postcard part and there's your design part with your flap and the pocket. And then you just add a piece of Velcro. Where did I leave my Velcro? Can't find my Velcro. There it is. These are my images. And these are my punch flowers and my fabric flowers. And here's the Velcro. Velcro comes in a circle. So I just cut it in half. And I'm only using halves. And then you're just going to peel one side off because it's sticky. Let me see which. You peel one side off. And you stick it to one side first. You peel the other one off. And you close your flap. And this gives you the perfect positioning for your closure. Then it just opens and closes. And all I did was take my ink pad and give it a little bit of color so that it blends in to my background and it doesn't stand out so much. Just lightly. And it kind of blends in to your background and it doesn't, you know, stand out like a sore thumb. That's how you get the postcard with the flap and pocket. So these are the images that I am using. I'm using this one. Oops, that one. And I'm using this one for the little card inside the postcard. And I got these off of my computer, off of the internet. I printed them out and I cut them out and I use my beeswax technique on them. I coat them all fully with beeswax and it gives it like a translucent effect. You can see through. Maybe you can see that. But it makes it translucent. Can you see? It makes your images kind of translucent like and it brightens up the colors. and I like that effect. Yeah, I love beeswax. And it doesn't feel weird or anything. It doesn't, you know, it just gives it a really cool look. And that's what I did to both of my images. So, I am going to start gluing things. Oh, the punch I did with my We Are Memories puncher here, hole puncher. And I'm using the 1/8 punch. And I'm going to punch it right here in the corner. And I'm gonna get some eyelids. Put your eyelid. How do you do this? The beeswax? They come in pallets. The beeswax comes in pallets. And I have this really small little gun. No, not gun. This really small iron. I don't think I have the iron with me here. I don't have it with me. No, I don't have it with me, but I have some of the palettes, the beeswax palettes. This is what it looks like. This is beeswax. And all you do is you take your beeswax and you put them on your image like this. Scatter them around. I have a little tulip little iron, but I don't have it with me. And you can use a regular iron as long as it's going to be your craft iron. Like for example, you can use a regular iron, but you have to make sure that you don't use this iron anymore for clothes. It has to be a specific iron that you have just for crafts, because you get beeswax on it. But if you heat it up and you have your palette on your image, all you need to do is, not for very long, you just kind of press down like this, and you press down and you press down, and your beeswax starts to melt and spread. So you just kind of have to keep moving it around so that it spreads all over your image. But that's very easy. And it comes with like a pack of beeswax. Lasts you a very long time. I've had mine for a long time, and I put it on just about all my projects. But it's very easy. And Ranger has beeswax, so you can get your beeswax from Ranger or eBay. Just put in beeswax on your search bar and Google it, and it gives you options to purchase it on eBay. So what I did next is I added my hole, I put my eyelid, and I'm gonna add some script to my background just to give it a little more pizzazz to it, I guess. And I'm gonna do it just barely get any ink on it because I want it really light. And I just wipe off the edges and randomly stamp. Like, I don't push firm on my stamp, I just tap it. And I stamped it everywhere. So it just adds a little more interest to your background. And you can keep adding stamps. That's the beauty of making your own background. See? Now I'm gonna start decorating this one. And all I'm using are these leaves. And I have my hot glue gun here. It's ready to be put to work. So I'm just gonna start gluing everything down basically with my hot glue. And my gun is really beat up. It's burned. This is all burned. It's on life support, but this is my travel glue gun. So if it breaks or something, I don't care because it has served me well. But anyhow, okay, I want to put it like that. Just add some hot glue. I kind of want it like this, a little bit. I think I put 3 of those. Here's the 3rd one. And the little umbrella is just a flower that I poked through one of these flourish stems that I got at Michael's, and there was like a bunch of them for like $1, and they look like this. They have beads and like some plastic beads and stuff. So I took that and I put my flower through it, and I'm gonna secure it with some hot glue. So I'm just gonna put a little dab of hot glue there. Just so that it stays put where I want it to be. So her umbrella looks like this. It has some little beads here just for little just for the look. So my image, I attached it to my postcard with some pop dots, some pop dots like this. So I'm going to put some foam dots on here. Take a few of them and put them all over her clothes. I'm just going to peel the back. Okay. So you can see she's very dimensional. She's on foam dots here. And I'm just gonna tuck this behind her and put some more hot glue. And put a little bit in the back. Into position. So she has her little umbrella there giving her some shade. Don't worry, I didn't cover the hole. I didn't glue it there. So that's done. And now I'm just gonna color my little flowers with my stamp, with my ink pads. And I color both sides because I tend to cuff them up a little bit so they look more dimensional. These were a pain to punch out. I was punching it while I was watching a movie last night. Okay. Got some blue ones. And I got some red ones here that I have started. Now this, my ink pad came apart. So I have to kind of tuck it in again. It still has a lot of ink, so I don't want to throw it away. Just put a piece of tape there so I can get a hold of my ink pad. And not really get my fingers so dirty. I have some little ones, itty bitty little ones. And I use these for her hair. Okay, got some red ones. And I need some orange ones. Got some orange ones. Getting too ambitious, they're trying to do 2 at once. Okay, so then I'm just going to add the flowers onto my image. And again, I'm going to glue them with my hot glue gun. Just going to randomly lay them. How easy is this project? Easy, easy, easy little postcards. The little fabric flower I put here, I'm going to put a bead in the middle. Just glue it in with some hot glue gun. And then I bought these at Walmart. I think I did. I got these at Walmart. Just a little more, just to give it a little visual texture. And I put then you just get some bling and you put it in the center of the big ones. And you take some glitter and you put glitter on top of all your flowers. I'm going to put a little flower on her hair. And I think that's it, except for my pebble here. But I didn't bring the words, the letters, the word dream, but I can add the bling and then just put the pebble later. And this is the bling. I'm just cutting a piece of it. And kind of eyeball it. Just put your pebble where you're going to put it and eyeball where you're going to put the bling. This is where I'm going to put the bling. And I'm going to add another little flower to it. And all I did was print the word relax on a piece of paper and just put some glossy accent to my pebble and glued it on with glossy accents. I don't know if I brought my glossy accents. Here are glossy accents. No, I don't have it. I thought I did. Oh, I do. It's right here. See, I just printed it on a piece of paper. This is how it looks. And you kind of trace your pebble shape onto it. I have to just hold it down and cut around it. And I'm gonna peel it off. Kind of place it where I think it's gonna go. Yep. So I stuck it on here because this is a sticky label. Just put some glossy accents. And you stick it on. Kind of move it around a little bit and just hold it down. Okay, bye. Bye, Gina. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry, had to go get a plate. Be very careful because this is not dry yet. Get some glossy accents and put it around the edge of the flap. Just randomly, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm taking my Recollections micro beads. I'm sprinkling it on where I added the glossy accents. That's how you get that random look. Micro beads. And we just have to let this get dry. While that's getting dry, I'm going to do the little dangle that goes here. So let me try to put this back in here. Let me see. I was really hoping to get most of them in. These things are so cute, these little micro beads. Okay. Now we're going to do the little tag, this tag. And all it is cardstock with the same image that I had from before glued on, sticked onto the front. When you stick it on, it looks like this. Then I got my punch and I punched out a file folder tab out of the same paper and stuck it together like this, and then I attached it to the part that doesn't have any paper on it with my 3-in-1 beacon glue, and then it looks like this. And then you just get your inks and you distress around it just like you did the other portion of the postcard. And all I did on mine is, where is she? All I did on mine was just put this other image on the side that doesn't have any paper, decorative paper on it. And all I did to her was put some hot glue around her feet. And hot glue her down. And whatever is hanging off the sides, just kind of trim it off. So there's your image. And then you add some more of those flowers. Just randomly to give it a little extra touch. And then you add your glitter to the center, all over the flowers and your bling, like I did here. See how shiny that is? And that's mostly my homemade glitter that I just got a paintbrush and put it over it. You put the bling in the center. And you just stamp. You can stamp on this. You can ink it. You can add images to this. Possibilities are endless. But this is what I did with mine. So this is what it looks like. And there it just says summer pastime. And I added some more flowers. And I'll show you real quick how to make those little dangles. How to make these dangles. And all this is this is an earring wire, which I should just put them on my plate. I just have some random beads here. But this is the way the earring wire looks. Like this. And you just take it, open it up, you put some beads through it. Let me see. I want to put these turquoise ones with some white beads, and then I'm putting these little shells. Please excuse my hands, they're dirty. I've been inking. You put a bead. You put a bead, then another shell, and then a bead, and a crystal. And it should look like this. So you close it up, and you prune this with your pliers. Smash this part. You smash it down and you fold this piece over also. Now these are wire cutters. I don't have my pliers with me, but I think I can do it. So it looks something like this. And this way your beads won't come out. You get a jump ring and you open it up and you string this through the jump ring. And I'm going to do another one using a head pin. This is a head pin. So I'm going to put a bead and then a bigger bead, and then I'm going to add a bead cap. And add a bead cap. And I'm going to put another bead and then another crystal on the top. So because this is very pliable, it's not very thick wire, I'm just going to fold it like this. It's going to look like this. I'm going to bring this part over and it's going to look like this. That gives you your loop. You can either snip the tail off or you can wrap it around. I like to wrap it around. This just kind of secures that it won't open up on you. And you just cut the excess piece off. And it looks like this. And then you just add this piece to your jump ring. And you take your postcard and you add it to your postcard. And there you have it. A non-removable dangle on your postcard. How cute is that? I added some little flowers here to mine also. So let's have a look at the finished product, and your finished product should look like this. This is already with the glitter and the bling added to it. So on one side it looks like this, and you flip it over and it looks like this. With your little dangle here. And you open it up and you have the little extra tag in there. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for stopping by and checking this video out. Any questions, you can always reach me at my blog or on my YouTube. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. There you go. ITZA Thoughts at sbcglobal.net. You can email me there. Or my blog is itzathoughts.blogspot.com. And my YouTube channel is youtube.com/101ITZA. Hope to see you guys in any of these places. Any comments, please leave them. I would love to hear your input. Bye guys. Thanks for stopping by.